We go to Air Jordan 13. It's not like Apollo 13, but going to the moon. And this one, if I remember, and you can see that on picture, the black cat.
Well, people don't know where that name came from. A lot of my friends and Tinker started to hear that when most of the guys called me Black Cat, and it was my nickname because of the way that I attacked the game. You know, it wasn't always in flair. It wasn't really noticed. It was one of those situations that, you know, I was more like a predator, and next thing you know, I got you. I basically jumped on you and attacked you. And we wanted this shoe to correlate by the way that I played the game. You know, more like a predator, and I dominated the game, attacked the game, attacked my opponents, and because of my nickname, he was able to incorporate that within the shoe with the cat eye. And as you can see, it was the last championship that we won in '98, which is the 6th championship.
Okay, you had fun to design this one?
This was a lot of fun. And I'd like to recognize someone else in the room here, Mark Smith, who was also part of the design of the shoe. He worked hard with me to reflect what we thought would work well for Michael and his ideas. But I have to correct Michael about one thing. I didn't know his nickname was Black Cat before this presentation. I just simply thought he played like that myself. Just watching him play, how he was very feline in his movements, very kind of, I don't know, silky and smooth, but then all of a sudden he'd be powerful and aggressive.
It was obvious.
Yeah, it was real. It was. Yeah, it was to me. So when I put the presentation together and I started talking about the cat, then that's when he actually said that was his nickname. I actually didn't know it, and there was one of those points where I think we both felt like, well, see, we're getting to really know each other if we can think like that. Right. And so that was pretty fun, I have to say.
Let's move to Air Jordan 20. I look back, 20 years, not only 20 years of basketball, Michael, it's 20 years of your life.
Yeah, everything that we do with the shoe has some impact, from my life. Things that have occurred over the years of me playing the game of basketball. The 20th shoe was more like the DNA. It showed a lot of different aspects in my life. You saw some of the graphics within the shoe itself.
You can see in the graphics, if you can look at these ones. Can you tell us a little bit about?
It tells a story about people within my life. From George, who's one of my closest friends that I first met in Chicago, to Howard White, to Tinker. The first car that I purchased.
You're in the car.
I'm in the car. The 6 championships.
Kids on the street corner.
Kids on the street corner, where when I used to go to the games, I ran into these 4 kids who always used to ask me for tickets to the game. And when I first got to Chicago, and I was able to get them tickets, and they stayed with me my whole career. A couple of them fell off. I was able to find them and bring them back, but it told a story about what happened to me in Chicago over the 20 years.
And we're also IBS innovation technology.
Yeah, I think this is where we first really tried to differentiate Jordans, not just by style, but also by technical performance. And so this independent modular suspension was hatched for that shoe and has become a hallmark of Jordan performance products.
Go to Air Jordan 21. It's nowadays.
Well, I mean, once again, it shows the way that I attack the game, the way I play the game. We use the DNA strand as a means of trying to connect myself to the athletes of today, and what it takes to be an elite athlete, from the determination to the creativity to the way they practice and the hard work, and we incorporated that into the 21.
Tinker, what do you think of this one? Because it's in the market now. Huh?
Well, this one, the great thing about this product was that it actually came on the heels of the 20, which was a very special shoe. And I think a lot of people didn't think that it would be that easy to follow, and the Jordan team did a great job of just coming right back with yet another product. And I think it was somewhat inspired by some of Michael's car, like this one of his Bentley car, which is just a beautiful, car. Anyway, but there are some things about Michael that are just beyond reproach, his taste and his desire to be, to perform, but also, I don't know, there's this sort of athletic luxury that we talked about that this shoe really represents, and I think it came across well.
Life goes fast, pictures too, and the Jet F22 goes fast too. This is an idea for the Air Jordan 22.
Yeah, it's more like it's on the same concept as a Black Cat. It's one of the weapons that's being discovered today is the step plane, which goes and comes unnoticed. We wanted to incorporate that into the way that the shoes at 22 was being designed, because of, if you look at the way that I played, a lot of times people would not recognize at the end of the game if I had 40 points. People couldn't see how I came to come about to get 40 points. It happens in the mix of the competition. That was the whole mentality we wanted to bring it back about with the shoe, is that you play hard, and at the end of the day, it adds up to something, which is success, hard work, determination, all the things that make up the Jordan name.
This one will be presented in February at the
It comes out February, All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend.
Do you want to add something on a, just one question, how can you stay innovative?
He has no choice.
Has no choice.
I get fired if I don't. To me, it's a process of just paying attention to the world around, me or us, and we can be inspired by Michael's life virtually all the time because of what he does, the way he approaches his life, the way he plays sports. Still today, he's a competitive golfer, and I think that he's also picked up the sport of motorcycling, and so he provides a kind of an endless sort of source of inspiration. So we mix that with a few other things, and pretty soon you have a style that is enduring and works.
The future is Air Jordan 23. This is a number we can't forget.
Actually, we started working on it. This is our trip.
Yeah.
We start working on it, designing, and just coming up with concepts for the 23, which, probably
special when you heard the number, no?
Well, we know this is going to be a big campaign, 23, and so we're going to take this whole year to try to establish, the uniqueness about our life, and look back at all the old products and look at some of the new technology, some of the new materials, and try to make this a very, very special product.
What are the early design references, or?
Well, I can't talk too much about it.
No.
We'd have to kill everybody in the room.
Okay, so
but I will say that Michael, in my mind, is a leader in a lot of ways. He was a leader as a player, but also I think in his approach to life and business and everything else. And so I think what we really want to do with the 23 is to continue to reinforce the fact that it's going to be a real leadership type product, something that you haven't seen before. It won't be like any basketball shoe before it, and that goes for how it's actually built. It will be built differently. It will be constructed differently.
It looks like you have a long years to stay friends together.
We work well together. I don't know about the friendship. No, we've had a great time, and I think the good thing about friendships is that you find a way to constantly innovate each other and challenge each other, and yet have fun doing it. And the thing about our team, the Jordan Brand team, is that we have fun creating and building a business. And we travel together. We do a lot of things together. We can collaborate all the time about products, about different ideas, different concepts. The thing that's been very, very important for me and to the team is that we disagree. And within that disagreement, we somehow, once we leave that room, we're all on the same page with a different understanding, from what his views may be, what my views may be. I always make the final decision, but we can at least disagree.
Oh, wait a minute.
Which is